I told the team we're going to find out how real tough we are. You know, we played good this year, but we've been in some lopsided games. And when you get into a situation like that, you really find out what's inside of you, what's inside your heart. And I told them we're going to go down for the first drive. We're going to go down and score. And we did. And then all of a sudden, we just kind of steamrolled from there, and we just kind of played really good in the second half.
I'll tell you, one of the great recruiting coups how about Justin Fields? My gosh, in the second half. First half, he wasn't right. And on the sideline, I'm watching him thinking, this is the first time in his college career he's going to have to come from behind and go beat a good team. And that was as good an effort as maybe ever seen by a quarterback in the second, especially an injured quarterback. Hurt a little bit. Yeah, he was. He was banged up all week. We tried not to make a big deal of it. Very similar to when JT didn't practice that week playing in here. And so wasn't really sharp early on, missed some throws, but then kind of got himself into it. And he's such a competitor. I thought he played unreal. But we didn't really have all of our offensive plays at our disposal. We were trying to be careful early on, and we couldn't quite get into a rhythm. But then, our offensive line, J.K. took over, and then Justin played good. I thought our receivers made some big plays, too.
Yeah. Coach, I was going to ask you just about the gauntlet you guys had coming into this game. Penn State before that, then Michigan, now Wisconsin again in the second time. Did that play a factor a little bit, you think, in the first half of not getting off to a faster start?
Absolutely.
I mean, no one's dealt with what you guys have dealt with the last 3 games.
I mean, there are 3 really top 10 teams in a row, back to back to back. And you talk about emotional game, going up to Ann Arbor and trying to win the rivalry game, that's about as emotional as it gets. And then the week before that, playing Penn State at home, top 10 team. And then this is a great team. Yeah. I mean, this Wisconsin team is a great, I really think that they're tough. And we beat them twice when they're both top 10 opponents. One of the better coach teams in the country. I got a lot of respect for those guys. I thought they played well.
Coach, what's the message going forward after a big-time emotional win like this?
Well, I think we just got to kind of regroup now and figure out where we're going, what's going on, and then go from there. It was all about finishing this race. Right. We didn't look past this one. We wanted to get to this finish line, accelerate to this finish line, and then once we come up here tomorrow, we'll try to figure that out.
Yeah. Coach, the playoff rankings that come out tomorrow, you just kind of touched on it with Joel Klatt, but why should you guys be the #1 team in the country going into the playoffs?
I just think when you look at the wins we've had, we beat Wisconsin when they were a top 10 team twice. 3 games in a row we play like this to win the way we did and to show the character of the way we won. We've won some big games this year. We've got up on teams, and it's kind of easy when things are going well. Right. Things didn't go well today. We won an ugly game, and I think it shows the character of this team.
Yeah, and you look at your schedule coming up, whether you're going to be the #1 seed or #2 seed, I think that's big. One's going to be Atlanta, one's going to be Phoenix. And, tomorrow noon?
Yeah.
I've sat on my couch many times to watch that thing flip over.
Well, if anybody's asking my opinion, we should be the #1 team in the country.
All right, Ryan, what's your opinion? Where do you think the Buckeyes?
We should be the #1 team in the country.
Coach, last one for me. The impact Coach Myers had just on you this year, before this year, all of that. Just how did that play a part this season?
I mean, I can't say enough. I could sit here and talk for hours. What he's done for me and my family, not only my coaching career, but then the way things played out here and what he's built here. And I just want to make him proud and everybody in Buckeye Nation.
Urban's ring collection is a little light. Are you going to be able to pass on a Big Ten championship ring to the big guy down there at the corner?
He's got a lot of rings. I got a lot more to catch up with him now.
He's opening a jewelry store on the side. He's got so much jewelry.
What's the jewelry store going to be called?
Yeah.
7-0.
7-0.
7-0.
What do you got? You got one next to me, 1-0.
Ryan Day, congratulations.
Congrats,
Thank you. Best of luck.
Thanks to everyone,
To
guys.
the college football playoffs. So an incredible season. Ryan Day and the Buckeyes, for the 3rd straight week, for the first time in program history, get a victory over a top 15 team. We're going to talk about who goes to the playoffs. Right now we know Ohio State is going. We know LSU is going. Clemson's going. We feel awfully confident that Oklahoma, as a 1-loss team, but a Big 12 champion, will move on as that 4 seed. Clemson, boy, how about the role they've been on? Nobody wants to see them lately, this string of 30-plus point wins, but we think they're probably the 3 seed. The big debate, the big major debate, and it's got major ramifications. Who's #1 and who's #2? Brady, I'll start with you. Who do you give the #1 nod to?
To me, it's Ohio State. And I know it's a slim margin because I think what LSU has done this year is incredible. 5 wins over top 10 ranked teams when they played. We haven't seen that in a long time. But this Ohio State team is a complete team. The fact that they played 9 conference games, and even some of their non-conference opponents, you look at the fact of beating a team like FAU who won Conference USA, some of the other opponents that were on their schedule, Miami of Ohio, they just won the MAC. You can call them cupcakes, call them whatever you want. They have played as about a difficult schedule as anyone. They finished strong, beating a team twice. That's the number one team to me.
Real quick, and we'll go down the line. Start with you. Give me your top four.
Ohio State, LSU, Clemson, Oklahoma.
Mine's the same.
Yeah.
Ohio State, LSU, Clemson, Oklahoma. I think Ohio State just proved it. You beat this team, Wisconsin, a good football team, like Coach Day just said. You beat them twice. That's tough to do. And they're one of your conference opponents. They know your tendencies. They know your DNA. They know everything they need to know about you, and you still get the win.
Listen, I'm going to change it up. I think LSU, because of what you just said with the resume, and look, you're splitting hairs, apples to oranges. Ohio State might be the most complete team, but LSU has a Heisman Trophy winner, in my opinion. They have a dominant offense. They have a pretty darn good defense that's played a lot better.
They look better today.
And they just beat the number 4 team in the country by almost 30 points today. So it's tough, and I know this is important, but I would give the edge to LSU right now.
You're
And
squirming. You're squirming down there.
I mean, do you guys realize how important this is? I mean, that's where that whole committee thing, and you wish you could somehow take the subjectivity out of it, but here we are where we
Why
are.
is this so important? Because you don't want to play Clemson?
I think so, and where you get to go.
Wait, hold on.
I mean, so I'm going to go at halftime. I would want LSU number 1, Ohio State number 2. The way they played the second half, Ohio State number 1, LSU number 2, Clemson, Oklahoma.
Okay, but we're acting like Oklahoma is just an easy team to beat. I don't care who they play. They are going to present a ton of problems.
It is,
I don't
it
think
is
so.
an elite collection of 4 really strong programs.
It's exciting.
It's going to be
Four
fantastic.
exciting
Find out. Last line, though, LSU, the first team in the last 75 years to have 5 wins versus top 10 teams, and they took care of Georgia. Their win more impressive than the Buckeyes win.
They played Texas on the road to start the season. You got to give them credit now. I'm gonna be beating that forever, saying they went on the road and played a Power 5 school. Good for them.
All right. We got a couple bowl games coming your way at the end of the month, but tomorrow on Fox, we've got 2 powerhouses colliding in a
Big Ten, number 1 in the country.
Your head coach, Ryan Day. All right, let me sneak up here. Coach, this is becoming a habit, and yet it's your first time, your first year as head coach. Undefeated season, remarkable game tonight. What did you say at halftime with your guys down, fighting the biggest margin that you had faced all season long?
Well, I said we're going to find out about this team. You know, 3 games in a row. We play Penn State, we play up north. We have to beat this team twice, both when they're top 10 opponents. And then we go down 2 scores going into halftime. We knew they were going to be an emotional game. Wisconsin, give them credit. They played their tails off in this game. But we said at halftime, we're going to find out what this team's made of inside. We're going to find out about the character of this team. They came out and played unbelievable in the second half. This team is unbelievable.
I think most of America was wondering at some point what this team was made of. If and when tested, you found out. So after you got a chance now to reflect on this second half, what did you learn about your team tonight?
Well, just that we have such heart. And we have such leadership. There wasn't a guy in that room that didn't believe. We brought the guys together. We said, well, you believe that we're going to win in the second half. They all believed, little by little. We were playing good on both sides of the ball, but we had to tighten up a few things. And we turned around and played the best game of our lives.
Little ovation. They just showed who you replaced on the big screen over there. It's like a proud father. You've talked about this being a race and that this was the first finish line of a couple of finish lines that you hope to cross. Accomplishing this goal, what does it mean to this team and your coaching staff?
Well, this is the first goal. We had to win the Big Ten championship. And we knew at the end of the season it was going to be this road of 3 tough games. And to see the way that we finished, and I don't know who's got a better resume than we and the entire country and the way we played from front to bottom. But I think we deserve to be number 1 in the country.
You did enough tonight to keep that number 1 spot.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think there's any doubt. And I think when you look at the way that Justin Fields came in off that injury, played tough, gritty, but we played all 3 phases, I think we deserve to be number 1.
Coach, congratulations. Speaking of Justin Fields, to present tonight's MVP, the Grange Griffin MVP trophy winner, the namesake of the trophy, the only 2-time winner. You know him well, Mr. Archie Griffin. And tonight's MVP, your quarterback, Justin Fields. Take me into halftime. You guys are down. You're facing adversity for the first time. What was said in that offensive meeting?
I think the whole team knew that we didn't play up to our potential the first half. So we all just got together, got right together, and came out with confidence in the second half and just played our game.
You were banged up. Your guys are asking, are you nervous right now?
I mean, I'm nervous right now. I've definitely never had this feeling before. So, hey, all glory to God, though. Let's go.
Oh, this is too good. You throw for 299 yards, 3 touchdowns. You end up passing Drew Brees, so now Dwayne Haskins sets the 50-touchdown mark. Last year, you have 40 touchdown passes in a season. That passes what Drew Brees accomplished at Purdue. Your season, when you transferred here to Ohio State, did you dream that it would go like this?
I had no idea it was going to happen like this, but, you know, I think everything happens for a reason, and God put me here, so I'm just grateful for my teammates, grateful for the coaches, and definitely grateful for Buckeye Nation.
Real quick, I know you were not healthy during the week. I know you didn't get a chance to practice. How much were you bothered by that knee, and did it affect your play tonight?
I kind of think when you play on the field, you can't really worry about injuries, so I was just worried about helping my team out as much as possible, and I'm just glad we got the dub.
Justin, congratulations.
Thank you.
And a last big congratulations to the 2019 Big Ten champion, the Ohio State Buckeyes.